So the guy I was talking about, Ryan, he's 2 years older. Him and my other friend Ian, they lived across the street. We lived in a court, and when we were about 13, for some reason they had guitars. Like I don't know if their parents bought them or it was a hand-me-down. I forget how they even acquired a guitar, but they both had guitars. And Matt, who went on to drum for Avril, he was the drummer in our elementary school band. So he was already kind of into drums. Oh, okay. And so all of a sudden, it became a thing in the summer of 1994 where it was like they were talking about starting a band because everyone was so into Nirvana and Sonic Youth and Dinosaur Jr., like the whole grunge explosion. And then I'm sitting there as one of their best friends, like, well, I want to be in the band. I didn't even play anything. And they're like, well, I guess there's like, I think there's bass guitar in some of these bands. And I was like, what the fuck is a bass? I didn't know what a bass was. Because, at the time in the 90s, like the early 90s, there was no internet and there's nothing to like reference. And I knew that there was a 3-piece Nirvana, and maybe one guy played 4 strings and one guy played 6 strings, but I'm 13 years old.
Yeah, you don't know like the language, right?
I didn't know what anything was.
Yeah.
And so I just had to research. I bought a music magazine and I was like, oh, that's a bass. Okay. I got to do that. And that's I just asked my mom if I could, for my birthday or something, if I could get a bass, if I could, there's a local music shop, and she was very nice about it. And we went up and she got me a bass guitar for like $200. It was like the cheapest bass in the whole place. And it was black. It was an Eldegas. I wish I still had it, but I don't.
I was going to ask if you still have it.
I wish I did, but I had to like sell it to get another one, sell that to get another one. And,
the whole chain.
After I got my first one, she was like, you're on your own.
Now, this is on you now.
I had to upgrade everything by myself. So that I was, I always say like I was basically forced into the bass.